Okay? All right, outside of what I've told you about my safety equipment, I call this the 6 S's for success. First one, safety equipment. I got one fire extinguisher. It is fully charged. The pin is in so it doesn't discharge. Mounted securely, and the inspection sticker is up to date and in place. I have 3 emergency triangles. They're all present and in good working order. And then I have my spare fuses and breakers. All right. Then I'll use a 3-point contact coming in. Get inside. First thing I'm going to do is once I sit down, put my feet out to the pedals, I'm going to adjust my seat so I'm comfortable. Then I'm going to adjust the steering wheel so I can, once again, I'm comfortable with it. You can bring it out to yourself if you need to. I like it back here in a way. Right there. Okay, lock it in. You need to be able to drive with 2 hands on the wheel, either 10 and 2 or 9 and 3. I can't have my hands here, here, or here. I can't drive and turn with one hand, and I can't let go of the steering wheel once I've turned. I need to learn how to turn with 2 and bring it back with 2. Same thing. All right? All right, then I'm going to reach back here and tell them about my seatbelt. Tell them it's mounted securely to the frame. Then I'm going to bring the belt out, tell them it's not worn, not torn, or frayed. It should latch and unlatch with ease. When it's latched, it's attached to my seat with a bolt. The seat is bolted to the floor. Belt fits tight on the body. All right, now I'm going to do a safe start. When I turn the key on, the instrument panel is going to light up. The gauges are going to cycle. I'm going to see 2 ABS lights come on and off right here, right by my speedometer, and then 2 regen lights come on and off here by my RPMs. I just told you, now I'm going to show you. Key to the on. It lights up. Gauges cycle. There's my 2 ABS and my 2 regen lights. They all came on and off. All right, now I'm going to start the truck. All right, now that I got power, I'm going to tell you about my glass. I got 1 windshield, 2 windows, and 6 mirrors. All my glass is clean. It is not broken or cracked, and there's no illegal stickers blocking my vision. Then I'm going to adjust the mirrors to myself. I come over here, put my hand on this, and adjust the mirrors to me. Once I'm done adjusting, I'm going to drop my hand straight down, turn the headlights on. The green indicator tells me that the low beam is on. To get the high beam, I'm going to push this lever away from me. Blue indicator tells me the high beam is on. Turn off the high beam, keep your hand here. I have a right turn signal indicator there, should be working on the right side of the vehicle. Left turn signal indicator there, should be working on the left side of the vehicle. The last thing this dial controls is my wiper blades. The blades are made of rubber. They should not be worn, torn, frayed, or missing. And I know that the arm is flat on the windshield against it. When I use the washer fluid, it should spray evenly and leave no streaks. So now, just like it says, you push in, so I'm going to push in. Then I'm going to tell him, yes, it's sprayed even and no streaks. This is my oil pressure gauge. It's a normal operating range. This is my fuel and my depth level. The depth should have no less than 1/8 of a tank. Right here, I need to see my voltmeter, so I'm going to take that blue box home so I can use either left or right till I get home. Okay? And if I can't see my voltmeter here, it's because this little blue box is at the top of these 3, so then I got to go up or down until I get to the top. There it is. Voltmeter, normal operating range. This is my primary and secondary air gauge, a P and an S. Okay? 2 gauges, just like this here. Cut off for the air compressor is between 120 and 140. This is my water temperature gauge. It's a normal operating range. All right, over here I have my emergency flashers. I have 2 indicators on the dash. They should be working on both sides of the vehicle. Turn them off. My climate control. The first one controls the fan. All the way to the left is off. All the way to the right, maximum. And I'm going to leave it maxed. Center one controls temperature. If I want heat, to the right, or cold, to the left. Put it wherever you want to put it. The last one here controls my vents. I'm going to put the defroster and heater, the one facing it. So I'm going to listen. This is my defroster. It is working. This is my heater. It's working. All right? Put it back where we had it. Turn it down a bit. Now this is not part of your test, but I tell you guys this so you guys get familiarized with it. This is my parking brake for my tractor. This is my trailer emergency brake. If I push them in, I release them. If I pull them out, I apply them. This is my service brake. This is my city horn and my air horn. All right, now I'm going to do a tug test. Now it doesn't matter which one you release first. I'm going to release the trailer brake to test the parking brake to make sure that they're properly adjusted. Just told you, I'm going to show you. Release, step on the brake, lightly, I don't got to kill it. Put it in gear, give it a little bit of fuel. Let's see if my truck brakes are going to hold me in place. Yep, all right, back to neutral. Get off the brake, reset. All right, now I'm going to release my parking brake to test my trailer brakes to make sure that they're properly adjusted. Release, same thing. A little bit of fuel, let's see if my trailer brakes are going to hold me. Yep, back to neutral. Off, reset. Now I'm going to test my service brake. I'm going to release both brakes. I'm going to move forward 10 feet at approximately 1.5 to 5 miles an hour. Then I'm going to apply the brake and it should not pull to the right or to the left. Just told you and I'm going to show you. Release. Step on the brake. Gear. Release. Look around, make sure no one's walking by or driving by. I'm going to give it some fuel. I don't got to kill the brake, but I am going to give them a nice little test to see if it pulls either right or left. No, it did not pull to the right or to the left. Then the tester's going to tell me to back up, so I'm going to put the reverse. Look around before I move. Come back slowly. Okay, to neutral. Okay. Second rolls, no. Second brakes. All right, then I'm going to tell the tester, now I'm going to transition to my 1, 2, 3 air brake test. I'm going to listen for and look for leaks. Okay. Look for leaks here on my gauges. I would listen for leaks when I release the brakes. But I'm going to build the air pressure. So first of all, shut off the air all the way. Roll both windows down. I'll hold my fuel at 1,000 RPM until I hear that cut out on it. There it is. Once you hear that, you know you can start the test. If you start the test without hearing that, as a tester, I'm going to wait till you tell me you're done. Then I'm going to tell you that you failed because the air was not fully charged, and that's an invalid test. Okay? But I heard it, so as soon as I hear that, I'm going to turn it off. Okay. Then I'm going to go outside and put my chocks in place. Once I put my chocks on my tires, I'm going to come back inside, put my seatbelt back on. Then I'm going to tell the tester, remember what I said? I need to look for and listen for leaks. Now, if I release the brakes now, I could hear it, but I couldn't see it. So the first thing I want to do, look at my gauges. What are they doing? Nothing. I'm going to wake them up. Okay? Now, why did I go chock my tires? This is the one that fails most people when they test. So this is why I tell my students to say these, ask themselves this question. Why did I go chock my tires? So the vehicle does not move when I release my brakes. I just told myself what to do. Yellow first, mustard before ketchup. And I'm watching my gauges. As they're settling, I'm going to explain part one. Part one is called the applied test. I'm going to step on the brake and hold it. I shouldn't lose more than 4 PSI in 1 minute. All right? Just told you, and I'm going to show you. Put my foot on the brake, push it down, wait till it stops. Count. 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, and I'm going to keep going till I reach the full 60 seconds, or when the tester tells me, driver, go to part 2. Get off the brake, and I'm going to tell him I did not lose more than 4 PSI in that time frame. Part 2 is called the low air warning test, LAW, L-A-W, low air warning. I'm going to fan my brake until I see and hear the low air warning at or about 60 PSI. Just told you, now I'm going to show you. Now this one here I want to do is slowly, because as soon as I hear it, I'm going to stop pumping. Down, out. Down, out. I see it, I hear it, and I'm at about 60 PSI. Part 3 is called the emergency test. Okay? If you forget the name of it, you do got to tell them the name. Applied, lower warning, and emergency. Take that 3, you turn it sideways, it becomes an E for emergency. I'm going to fan my brake until my emergency valve pops out at about 40 psi. They should both pop out, but if my parking brake doesn't pop out at the same time, it should pop out at about 20. I'm keeping an eye on them to see who's going to pop out first. They have both popped out. My emergency popped out first. I'm at about 40. Okay? Now there are some trucks out there that's only going to pop out one at a time. So then this one would still be in. I would stop until my emergency brake is popped out. I'm at 40. I'm going to continue to fan until my parking brake pops at 20. My parking brake is popped out and I'm at about 20. Now that's the end of the test, but I'm not going to tell that tester that yet. I'm just going to tell him now I'm going to start the truck and rebuild the air pressure. I'm going to go outside and put my chocks away, and I'm going to think about this test. Okay? So, like you said, part A, part B, or part C, I'm going to go back over it. And once I put the chocks back in the box, this air is still going to take time to build. So I'm going to go walk around and see what I might have forgotten. Did I tell them about that? Did I tell them about this? Did I tell them about this? If I find something, I'm going to go back and tell that tester, sir, I forgot to tell you about these parts. He's going to look at his paper and say, he's going to say, no, you already told me about it, or he's going to say, okay, let's go. Okay? Once you're done with whatever part, you go to your coupling system and do the same thing. Get up underneath the truck and trailer, look around. Did I tell him about that? Did I tell him about this? Did I? Okay? Then you're going to come back in here and do the same thing. Talk about my glass. Talk about my air. I'm going to talk about my lights. Okay? My gauges. My windows. My horns. I'm going through everything. What did I forget? Okay? Did I do all 3 tug tests? Then the most important of all. Let's say you got Form D, front to back. You got everything 100%. And you came in here and you knocked it out. But now I'm on the most important of all, that 1, 2, 3. If I get anything wrong here, I'm going to fail. So I'm going to sit there and go, okay, then I went to the applied test. I told them 4 psi, 1 minute. Okay, you got that part. Then I went to the low air warning and I told them I would fan it and I should see and hear the low air warning at or about 80. Did I say 80? You know what, sir? I told you 80. It should be 60. I need to start that 1, 2, 3 over again. As a tester, he's going to tell you, okay, this is chance number 2. You get up to 3 chances a day. As long as you catch it, you can start over again. So then he would give me another chance. I would build my air pressure all the way until I hear the cutout, turn the truck off, key back on, release the brakes. Okay? Let's say this time I forgot to turn the truck off. Sir, I messed up again. This is, I forgot to turn the truck off. He's going to tell me this is chance number 3, your final chance for today. All right? So then I build the air pressure once again until I hear the cutout, turn the truck off, key back on, release the brakes. I say I forgot to release the brakes though. So I start my test. He's going to fail me because this is my 3rd and final chance. But this is something you need to keep an eye on, is if I start pumping right now, let's say I held the brake for 4 and I'm holding it, truck's still running, right? Okay.
Right.
Or let's say I turn it off. Okay, I did turn it off, key back on. I forgot to release the brakes though. And I'm holding the brake, I got to 60 and okay, I did not lose more than 4. Part 2 is the lower warning test. I'm going to fan my brakes until I see and hear the lower warning. I haven't released them yet though. I start doing this. I see it, but do I hear it? No. That right there tells you screwed up. Uh-oh. Sir, I messed up. I forgot to turn the truck, to release the brakes. So I need to start so if you haven't reached the 3rd one, you can start up, but that right there told you screwed up, okay? Because if you had, there it is, okay? All right, that's it.